What's up, YouTube? So, I think the whole 24/7 WWE title thing is a sham. I think it's a waste of time. I think it is a mockery of what the hardcore title used to be at one point. And now, since, the WWE can't really come up with any ideas for the future because they know AEW's coming. They know AEW's coming, so they know that they have to. Vince knows. Vince knows he has to hurry up, quick it up with those ideas, even though if they're shitty, because he doesn't listen to anybody else either. He listens to himself. So he needs to come on quick and really come up with another shitty idea to maybe come up with some, I guess, some viewership or to detract from his shitty money in the bank ideas to now, come up with, we all thought that McFoley was the one to introduce this title. So maybe it might be like a hardcore title. Well, a lot of people knew it was like a shitty one to be with. But, we all kind of still, gave him, the reason some reasonable doubt that, hey, you know what, maybe they have something this time, because they have like a billion titles already that they are all worthless. And we thought that, hey, yo, let's give it to Vince this time. But of course, like always, for the past 10, even 10, more than 10 plus years, Vince manages to disappoint us again. And it was all a bunch of, a bunch of wrestlers that were, they're always back in catering anyways. So it's not like they're gonna get this title is meaningless. You know what I'm saying? It seems to me that Double or Nothing is really getting to Vince's head, and now it's kind of like the matter of, now or never. So they're just hitting, pushing ideas. And I'm pretty sure that Hunter's not, he's probably disappointed too. He really needs to grab hold of that, of the main roster and the main program rather than being on NXT anyways. So I feel like it's a whole sham. It was another strategic way to, let's see, it was a strategic way to kind of get everyone hyped up, but at the same time, it was such a shitty idea that it didn't do nothing. So they thought that, hey, you know what, AEW's coming, so let's kind of dib and dab from the Attitude Era a little bit. And, maybe it works this time, right? Maybe, it'll give them, like, the old fans nostalgic, visions and stuff and like memories, like, oh yeah, you could pin them everywhere. But back in the day during the hardcore title, when you could pin like someone anywhere and everywhere, you had some good wrestlers like Steve Blackman. You had, who else do I remember? You had Raven, I think, in some of them. You had the APA too, I think, Al Snow, like all of those, like, and then and more like Goldust and everywhere. So there was a level of talent back then. Now it's just like people who aren't getting a push. It's, and mind me, like, it's always good to give people who are not getting a push some type of a something to do, right? But at the same time, give them something meaningful. Like, they'll never see the world title for the most part. The people running after the title, they're all like, they've been tried on, they've been failed with gimmicks and everything, and now it's just not working. So, this was just another ploy from Vince McMahon to, get some viewership, because the viewership is terrible. They're breaking records with the lowest ratings, like, in history of WWE. So, and that's not going to change. And, with the whole TNT TV deal with AEW, I honestly think that, if AEW executes it right and keep their storylines correct, because they have talent, wrestling talent, I don't doubt at all. They just need to figure out ways of keeping things interesting. And if they go on head to head with WWE, I think they could definitely, they're already in the top management of WWE's head. You could tell AEW is in Vince's head already. And they're scribbling and scrabbling, dibbing and dabbing into whatever bag they could get into at this point. And since they're so out of touch with what the people want and how original they used to be, they just don't know. You know, because John Cena's not around anymore, guys. John Cena is not, he's in some shitty movies now. The Rock isn't around anymore, guys. You know, you could bring out The Undertaker versus Goldberg. That's the rumor that's going on actually for the Saudi Arabia show. That Goldberg versus Undertaker. Like, okay, yeah, that's gonna, but they're all 50 plus years old. The match is gonna be 2 minutes. And, you know, legendary wrestlers, I love them to death. But at the same time, in 2019, I don't feel like it's gonna work. It hasn't in the past 3, 4 years. And I think this year, it's, you know, definitely. It's a battle for viewership. It's a battle. It's like, I could see the Monday Night Wars happening. Well, I think Tuesday Night Dynamite is going to be on Tuesdays. Tuesday night, no shit. So Tuesdays on TNT. So let's see. Really excited for Double or Nothing. I'm gonna have like maybe a live session or like a review definitely of Double or Nothing. So stay tuned. This is the new wrestling channel. So subscribe, like, share, comment, do what you need to do, and, you know, let's get in the discussion of pro wrestling, you know, and how it's changed, how it's gonna change, because we live in a very interesting time right now in pro wrestling, because AEW seems promising, backed by a billionaire. So let's see, let's really see if AEW has what it takes, because we thought TNA had it for like, you know, a year, but, you know, TNA blew it. So let's see if these guys have what it takes to push WWE to make, you know, some edgy content again and get us reeled back in to the pro wrestling game. All right, man. It's your boy Wally. Thank you so much.